Welcome to Shells After Dark Archives, the podcast where the veil between the known and the unknown is lifted. I'm your host Shell, and I'm here to guide you through the shadows of the supernatural. Here, we dive into chilling stories, unexplained mysteries, and real-life encounters with the paranormal. But this isn't just about storytelling, it's about the people behind the experiences. From ghost hunters to psychic mediums, UFO researchers to cryptid trackers, I'll be sitting down with those who dare to explore the strange and unusual. So, whether you're a skeptic, a believer, or just curious, get ready to embrace the unknown.
Turn off the lights, settle in, and prepare to journey into the After Dark archives.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of ShellsSpookyStories, the After Dark Archives, and today I am with the wonderful Sarah. Hello. Hi. Sarah. Thank you for joining me. We've just been having a little chat beforehand about cats, and I want you to introduce the name of your paranormal team so that everyone knows where you're from.
I am Paranormal Captivity, so activity with a C, because I'm a crazy cat lady.
I love it. I love a good old play on words. It's always fun, isn't it?
No, definitely. And I just think it's a part of me. I've been a crazy cat lady all my life, so I had to incorporate it somewhere. And
well, yeah,
I've got more followers on TikTok than me, so you know.
That's outrageous. To be fair, I follow a lot of animal accounts as well.
I won't be surprised. I always think if you follow them. To be fair.
Yeah, I always think if I put my dogs on there, they'd probably have way more followers than me.
Yeah, mine definitely do. They're called micro-influencers now because they're over 7,500 followers.
Oh, wow. No. I think I might actually start putting the dog on the podcast and hiding my face with a picture of the dog and just see whether the views go up.
They do, to be fair. When I go live on the cat's account, I get more views than when I'm on my paranormal account, but there you go. And maybe I'll have to bring the cats over to the paranormal account.
Yeah, take them on an investigation. I'm sure I was talking to somebody else about this the other day, about taking animals on an investigation. No, it was when Yeah. I think it was when I interviewed Ryan, actually. He was saying that, has anyone taken a pet on an investigation before? But it would probably be quite interesting.
It would be, because they say, don't they, that animals can see spirit, and they're more open than we are, so they can sense things, can't they? So it would be an interesting experiment. Maybe it's something I could test out, in a closed location, a paid closed location somewhere that I can take cats in and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because you can put cats on those lead things now anyway, can't you?
Yeah, one of mine is harness trained, so he looks like a Whiskers cat. Smokey. He's a British short hair, but he's got all the stripes like a Whiskers cat. So he's a indoor cat, plays in the garden with supervision, and he's harness trained. So.
Oh, that's so cute. I think, my best friend had to do that with one of her cats. I remember her telling me that she'd taken it for a walk or something, and I was like, we've reached a new level here.
Taking cats for a walk.
I was like, she's got a dog now. She takes the dog for a walk, so I feel a bit safer in that whole area if I know where I am. But when she was like, I've taken my cat for a walk, I was like, sorry, what?
Yeah, to me that's normal because I've got one that does that. But yeah, I know it seems really bizarre to other people.
Yeah,
I just don't want it. He's too pretty. He'll get stolen, and he's a bit silly in the head. I think he's a bit thick to be fair. So I think he'd get hurt or run over or attacked by a dog or something. So just best to keep him in, keep him safe.
Yeah, keep him reined in. Definitely. So how did you start off in this paranormal world then?
So I've always had an interest from being young, always been a horror fan. I've got 3 older brothers, so you can imagine I was forced to watch horror movies as a young child. Freddy Krueger happens to be my favourite now. Absolutely love Freddy. So I always had kind of an interest in it, and then I had my son when I was 19. He's about to be 22, so that makes me feel really old. And you'll also see him in videos. He comes out with me. But after I had Kian, the house next door to my mum and dad came up. So obviously I moved in there, and it just happened it was haunted.
Oh, okay.
So that was really interesting. So when your baby cries and wakes up, they say babies have different cries, and you can kind of tell why they're waking up. So Kian kept waking up like with this awful scream, like someone had violently woke him up. So we'd have that, and then it just started off small. I'd started losing things, misplacing things, and then like poltergeist activity started happening. Things would actually fling across the room in front of me. Kian's baby walker. Now I had carpet, it would just fling across the room on its own. So
Wow.
yeah, quite terrifying. Like banging up and down the stairs. Got to the point where I was absolutely terrified of being in my own home. And me and Kian kind of stayed downstairs because I was too scared to go upstairs. I know, and it terrorised us for months and months and months. And then it was me mum one day. She was like, "You can't be living like this." She was like, "Just get firm with it. Tell it." So I did. I got really angry. A few choice words were said to the spirit. If you don't fucking pack it in, I'm going to get you exorcised and you're going to get kicked out. And it seemed to work. It was almost like the spirit was kind of like, oh, okay. And we coincided then. I was going to say we lived together, but it's a bit weird because the spirits, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We kind of like coincided. So I'd be downstairs, the spirit would kind of be upstairs, and vice versa. I mean, I'd still hear things, still hear footsteps up and down the stairs, upstairs when I'd hear banging and noises, but I could live with that. It stopped terrorising Kia and it stopped terrorising me, and we, like I say, we just coexisted. And it was I think that's what really got me into it. And then obviously, watching the TV shows like Most Haunted. I think everyone's seen Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures, kinds of things that really drew me in. And then it was last year. I don't know. I was really naive. I didn't realise how accessible it was to be an actual investigator, because you see it on TV and you don't think that you could get into it. It's like, I can't do that. And then obviously I realised you could, and yeah, a year later I'm probably thousands of pounds in with equipment, but yep.
Yeah.
And now, I've got all the equipment to go out on investigations, and do you know what? I absolutely love it. I love it.
Yeah. You've been doing it about the same time as me. I started I think it's next month I went on my first investigation. And that was with the team I'm with now. They were doing a public investigation. So you could pay a ticket that went to charity and then join in. So I went along just because I wanted to kind of meet like-minded people. And before I knew it, I was down in the basement, and you just get the bug for it. And I've been part of their team ever since that day. So, and we've been a whole load of locations as well. But I know what you mean. I used to watch Most Haunted and be like, I can't do that. I could never do that.
And you'd be
but I want to do it.
It's scary. How can they do that on their own? And now you catch me walking around locations on my own, and I'm like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you ever wonder how you got to this point in your life when you're wandering around by yourself and you're like, how did I get here?
Often think about, do you know when you watch these horror movies or these slasher movies and you see these people go into abandoned buildings and you're like, yeah, they're going to die. They're going to die. They're going to get killed. And here's me in real life going into these abandoned buildings, and I'm like, okay, I'm not learning my lesson from watching
just an average Saturday night.
It's people find it fascinating. Even today at work, I was chatting, and one of the women didn't actually know that I was an investigator. I was like, yeah, I'm paranormal, and she was like, oh my god, do you not get scared? And it's the reaction you see from people, and I find that amusing, to be fair, because I know a lot of people do hide it, but I'm at the age now where I don't care. I don't care what people think about me.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, it was weird because I actually had a work meeting. This I do marketing as a job.
Yeah.
So my other job. So I was on
that was a job. Investigating.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to pay the fees for all these places and our equipment and everything. Travel lodges and God knows what else. It's not a cheap hobby.
It's definitely not a cheap hobby, because people always say to me, oh, does it cost a lot to get into it? I'm like, well, you can do it on the cheap, but it gets expensive because you get hooked.
Yeah. It's a really addictive hobby.
It definitely is. I mean, I think most of my Christmas presents, Christmas just gone. Literally, I just went online, found links to everything I wanted and sent it my husband. He was like,
Yeah.
"You sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I think all my Christmas presents were paranormal equipment.
Yeah. I got a torch for like one of my Christmas, which, you know, a few years ago, had my husband give me a torch for like Christmas, I would have been like, did you forget it was Christmas and you just like found this at the like
Yeah,
shop down the road or something?
he probably got hit on the head with it.
Yeah.
And
But now I was like, ooh, a torch.
Yeah.
Getting really excited.
You get excited for how bright it is or how big it is, don't you? And it's really
Yeah.
nice. It's like,
And
oh my
especially
God.
when it changes colour and it's like red or green or purple
You're
or
like,
something.
oh my
You're
God,
like,
we
oh,
set the
this would be really
scene for
good.
an Estes. Let's get you the red light. Oh my God, it is funny. It's like the cats are always trying to steal the cat balls, and I'm like, I know the cat toys, but they're not yours.
Yeah, that's not what they're for.
I know it is. It's funny, isn't it?
So do you mainly go to abandoned buildings then?
I do a mixture of both, to be fair. Like I do. Recently, I've been doing a lot of paid locations. And I have done a few, you know, abandoned buildings. Could kind of try and do a mix of both, don't you, to keep the costs down. Like not well this weekend. So I do work with other investigators because technically, I am solo now. I don't have official teammates, so I do collaborate, but I kind of collaborate with the same people a lot. There's one, Michael Roberts, you might know of him. He has the Pendle Witch Paranormal Society. So I work with Michael a lot. Ian McLaughlin, who's Lone Wolf, worked with him a lot, and Adi, Adi Brooks as well. But tomorrow, Ian, he's been an investigator for over 41 years. Massive, loads of experience, amazing person to work with. But he does help people as well, you know, like when they get attachments to get things in their own homes. Thing. So I am helping. We're going round to an old work friend of mine. Obviously, I'm not going to mention names, but basically, her partner has a really nasty attachment that's become physical.
Oh wow!
Marks on the body. He's been dragged out of bed before now, that kind of thing. So we don't. I don't film that. We do film, but we don't film to put that out there. That's all kept private. Tend to just film it in case we miss anything. You know, while we're trying to cleanse or get any answers, that kind of thing. So we're doing that tomorrow. But the weekend after, we have got a paid location over in Pendle. So I'm originally from the Pendle area. So yeah, we're staying overnight at the Barley Village Hall. I have done it before, the second time. But we're collaborating with another team, Crime and Paranormal, on that one. So that should be fun.
So I like it when we collaborate with other teams because you work with, I mean, I love my team, but when you work with other teams, it's so interesting to find like how they do things as well. And
that's what I mean. It's all the different methods and different equipment. Yeah, I think it's nice.
Yeah, and it's nice to meet some people with like different experiences as well. Like you said, that guy's got like 41 years of experience.
Yeah.
Some of the guys that we've collabed with have had like over 10 years experience. And I just think you've got like a fountain of knowledge. Just
exactly.
Like, I'll be like a sponge.
Yeah. I mean, I've learned so much from Ian, and I always say to him, you know, he's so knowledgeable and he's just so good about it. He's like, oh yeah, you know, whatever kind of thing. But he's so knowledgeable. He's helped me out so much. You know, he's even give me, I've got a rosary bead that was blessed by a priest. I've got a protection jar that was made by a really powerful witch that he's given me. And he's just, honestly, he's just such a nice person. So knowledgeable, has taught me a lot, a hell of a lot. And, you know, I'm still learning every day, you know, like what we're doing tomorrow. Because obviously I like the investigation side because it's fun and all that kind of thing, but I would like to help people as well. So not just go to these paid locations, see what's there to put a video out there, but also in the background, you know, have that ability to help people that are being traumatized and help make their lives better. You know, you don't have to film everything or put everything out there. So that's a skill I'm learning at the minute. So I'm very, very novice with all that. So I tend to just follow Ian's lead at the minute. But it's interesting.
I'm a bit the same. Like we've crossed a few spirits over when we've been to certain locations, because we've noticed that, because you do get the spirit that is like just stuck. They just don't know, like they missed their opportunity to cross over, and now they're just stuck somewhere and they can't reach the other side, their loved ones, their family. So we've done that a few times. It's awful. I hate it. I hate to think like either one of my relatives being in that situation, or myself when I cross over, to be like stuck somewhere where I couldn't be with like my, you know, my grandparents, my mum, my you know, any other family that have crossed over. It would be awful, absolutely awful.
It'd be lonely as well.
Yeah. And if you see all these people like coming in and out of and being like all happy with their families, you'd be like, ugh.
And then you've got people like us going in, going, talk to me, do this, push this, push that.
I know.
Do that again.
No wonder I'd end up slapping people and scratching them or something, because I'd just be so cheesed off that I had to do the same thing every weekend.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got hit on the head, actually. So we were actually collaborating with Crime and Paranormal. I have put a clip out. It's actually really funny. But the full video should be out anytime. So the owner of Crime and Paranormal, Leighton, is in the editing process, and that's going to go out on their channel. But that was, we're at an outdoor location, and it's funny because Michael Roberts kind of says, oh, can you touch one of us? And almost immediately, I had my hair down, I felt a tap on the back of my head, and I was like, what was that? So I'm kind of doing this, and I'm dropping my hair, trying to recreate, and Michael says, what's up with you? Did someone touch you? I was like, yeah, I got a hit on the back of the head. And then all of a sudden, Leighton just freaks out because he sees this big thing behind me. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting out of there. But then the clip that I've shared, it's hilarious. So Michael Roberts has got years of experience. He's only a young lad. Never seen him scared before. You kind of hear Leighton go, oh my God, that's not Paul. They thought someone else. And then all of a sudden, Michael and Leighton see a spirit emerge from a bush. Michael just gets totally freaked out, which I've never ever seen before. Now Leighton slowed the clip right down, so it makes it even funnier. Michael stumbles backwards, falls over one of the other members we were with, Joanne, falls and sits inside her equipment box. So you see him and he's going, Hoo! But then you just see me in the background bending over laughing, and because it's slowed down, I literally sound like a seagull. I'm going, honestly, I know you've got to kind of watch it. I've put it up on my TikTok, on my Facebook, and literally I watch it and I'm in tears laughing because it's hilarious.
I'm so watching that tonight.
It's be out soon, do you know what I mean? I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So we caught some really good evidence that night. I think that's the thing as well. I think some people take it too seriously. You've got to have fun sometimes.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think you always know the times where you need to be serious, and then you always know the times where you need to like perk up a little bit. I mean, I'm usually the person that says like some right stupid stuff. We were doing I think it was like we were in the Air Museum and Mike was doing an EVP, and he was asking this air stewardess she's known to like a cigarette, and people always leave her a cigarette for like an offering and stuff.
Yeah.
And we were on Facebook Live, and Liam was actually in like Tenerife or somewhere on holiday, who's the boss of our team. And I ended up going, do you want Liam to bring you back some duty free?
To an air hostess, she's like, no.
yeah, she's like, no thanks. But the things that went off and everything, I said, Liam, you have to bring back some duty free for her. She's wants some. But I always think it's nice to have a little joke in there, because I think it gives the spirits another bit of energy. It does. Like sometimes you need a boost as well.
But don't you find, though, when you're kind of having your little breaks and you're all having that laugh and joke, that's when all your equipment starts going off and the spirits start interacting? Because I think they like that energy that comes from you just having that laugh and relaxing. So I find sometimes you get more on your breaks than you do when you're actually trying to capture it.
Yeah, we've had bits where we're like just testing the equipment in our breaks and stuff, and it starts like actually going off, and we're like, this is the safe room. It's not meant to be happening here. Can you like do it somewhere else?
It stops.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the minute you try and document anything, it's just like, not today.
Nope, not doing it.
So where would you say, like, in your year that you've been doing it, where's the best place you've actually been to?
Oh, for activity, or just kind of for a name in general? Because
Could be either.
it's hard because there's been a few. It is difficult. I mean, I'd say the best moment we got was, have you heard of the Old Bank House in Barnsley? So we went there last year, and there's several rooms. And at the time, the people we named it the gin room because there's a real gin. So the Barnsley Museum, it's basically they send Lindsay, the owner, loads of haunted objects. So it's just full of haunted objects. And we were in this room where there was a real gin. We had all the equipment set up, these Ouija boards and everything. So we had equipment all around the room. And then this has never happened before. Literally every piece of equipment we had on, and we had a lot around, all went off at exactly the same time. Went absolutely bizarre and insane. So yeah, we had all the equipment. We had, I think, cat balls, REM pods, everything out, and everything went off at exactly the same time. All the EMFs, and then all stopped at the same time. And we were like, oh my God, that's on my YouTube as well. And then we asked it again, and it all went off again for a second time.
Yeah.
It was like, wow. And
that place is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there last weekend actually, because we went to Parafest. So we'd met up with Lindsay, Nettie and Rainey for dinner, and then Lindsay was like, "Oh, I'm now going to the Bank House." And
so did you go in?
Yeah, so she said, "Just follow us there and come in." So we went in and we stayed there for a good few hours. I got actually dragged out of there by Liam because apparently I went like really pale.
Wow.
And because usually when I go into an investigation, I've got so much protection on me, but I didn't have anything because we weren't planning to go anywhere. Yeah. I managed to find like a bar of selenite in my purse because I always carry crystals in my purse. Yeah. So I was like, right, I'll hold on to that. And I just gave did some prayer work in the car and put protection around us and everything. But we were wandering around looking at everything. And then we went into the seance room that they've got there. And I was worried about Charlotte because she looked really pale, like she was and she actually has a medical condition. So I was really concerned about her. I was like, "Are you okay?" And Liam went, "Are you okay? You look really pale. Get out now." Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, it's fine." Sorry?
Was it really cold?
I was really hot, actually.
Really?
I was really hot.
It was absolutely freezing inside. And when we left, it was like 2-3 in the morning. And do you know when you get off a plane in like the likes of Greece and the heat hits you? We walked out and it just like boom and just hit us because it was freezing inside there.
Yeah, someone else said that. I think our team went in like November or something, and they were going to stay over, but they said it was far too cold to even consider it.
Outside. You go outside to heat up. I think it's all the spirit activity in there. But so if you've been then, do you know when you go upstairs and do you know the little room that's like kind of you come up the stairs and you've got that room here and you've got the crying children pictures.
Yeah.
Opposite there, and that's where all the equipment went off at the same time. It was insane.
I've actually I did Lindsay a painting, and my painting's actually next to Sinister now. Which I was like, I was trying not to look at the actual Sinister painting. I was like, that's my painting.
That's really cool. I do want to go back. I definitely want to go back there.
Yeah, it's amazing. She's done such a good job with that place.
Yeah. And there's a lot in there as well. I mean, we got lots of other activity there as well. Like downstairs in the sitting room, next to the seance room. Yeah, we got all sorts in there. But that was definitely kind of the most exciting. I mean, we've had stuff elsewhere. I'd say maybe, I want to say famous, but it's not. Newsham Hospital in Liverpool.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm based in Liverpool. So we've had a chance to go in there, which is quite a big name. I want to go back there as well. But there's a few. It's like I'm going to 30 East Drive in December. I'd go early.
Yeah, we're going in January.
December.
Yeah, we're going in January. My team went in January this year.
Yeah.
and I wasn't able to go. But when I was watching them on live, I was like, oh, I've really got FOMO.
Yeah.
And I really just want to go there to like make my own mind up about the place.
Yeah,
because so many people have opinions about it, which is fine. But I think you don't really know until you actually go yourself.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if it is... Yeah, I was like, well, if it is a load of rubbish, then I'd rather find out it's a load of rubbish and then never go again. But if it is active, then I'd rather find out.
And I think as an investigator, it's one of those places that you want to tick off. You want to be able to say, oh, I've done 30 East Drive. Like Newsham Hospital, you know, it's one that you kind of want to tick off as well.
Yeah.
But no,
I'd love to go to an old hospital.
I've done, obviously, Newsham, Cheadle in Manchester. Been there. That was really good. And also Lancaster Abandoned Asylum as well. That one was bizarre, Lancaster. It was weird. So it's over like a couple of floors. So we were in and we were looking for the door to come out. And we went, did we go down? No, we went, what did we do? We kind of went upstairs. So we walked around on a corridor. I can't remember if we went up or down, but we even went up or down the stairs. Came around the corridor and ended up back where we started.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm sure, yeah. So we went up the stairs. No, we went down. Sorry, I look like a bumbling idiot. So we went down the stairs to try and find his way out. Went around and ended up back upstairs without going up the stairs. And we had to walk like
weird
4 times. And then on like the last time, we eventually got to where we wanted to go. And to this day, I still can't explain it. Because how can you kind of go downstairs and then end up back upstairs? It's just...
Yeah, that's really odd.
Yeah.
I've got no answers.
I want to go back, but you can't get in there. They've fully secured it up now and there's no way in. I know. I'm surprised they didn't just let you in, because at Cheadle, you know, the security are quite good. As long as they know you're not going to vandalise, they'll let you in.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
Mike and I and our team, we're always joking that, well, we're not really joking, we are actually serious, but we're like, we need to find an old asylum. And you would think we're in Northumberland, you'd think there'd be loads of places, but we haven't seemed to have found any.
The one it's in Yorkshire, I can never pronounce it. Is it Roseby?
Yeah, I think they've mentioned that before, yeah.
It's like 6 buildings and you can go in all of them. I'm wanting to go and visit that hopefully soon. We were supposed to go a couple of months ago, but a bit of an emergency happened and we couldn't end up going. But it's definitely on the list to go back. But that's in Yorkshire as well.
I'd love it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I watched like all the American ones where they're going in asylums, and I just think
go in and get murdered.
Yeah, hopefully that wouldn't happen. But you never know.
I'm more scared of the living than the dead.
Oh yeah, I am totally. And it took me a long time to get my head around that. Like when I was younger, I used to be so scared of spirit, but now I'm more scared of humans and what humans can do than I am what a ghost can do.
Spirit, yeah. I know, I'm the same. It's like, I mean, I'd say I'm more brave if I'm in an enclosed location, indoor location. If I'm outside, I'm a little bit more cautious and I'll make people kind of come with me and stuff. But I think it's more because if you run into another person and you're on your own, you don't know what you can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
In the location, like we were at Antwerp Mansion in Manchester a few weeks ago, and you know, I was quite happy to walk around that on my own. That's actually a really good place as well. We hired that during the week. It's a bit cheaper during the week, and you can stay overnight as well. We didn't end up staying overnight, but you can do. And that's
I think we're looking to stay there overnight.
Well, Andy, who owns it as well, he's lovely, and he'll bring you in, and if you're wanting a bit of a lowdown of the building, and you know, he shows you around and stuff, but he's really nice. It's a really cool place, and it's warm as well because there's heating and there's underfloor heating as well.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, so it's nice and warm, so you're not going in freezing. Because I went with my hoodie, took my coat, took this, and he was like, "Oh no, I've got the heating on," and we were like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, take everything off really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like sometimes you never know what to like wear, do you?
No.
And you
Well,
end up taking so much, and you're like, "Oh, I didn't need that in the end."
well, me and Ian, we did chantry in St Helens near him. It's over like 600 years old in the cemetery. In January, it was just after New Year. It was -3.
Wow.
We lasted about an hour and a half. Then we
Yeah,
called it quits. It was just too cold. Far
I
too
like.
cold.
Yeah, I like the cold, but that would probably be a bit too much for me, to be fair.
It was. It was too much.
Yeah, there's. I haven't actually investigated a cemetery yet. I don't know. Some people are a bit funny about it, aren't they? But I also think that a cemetery may not be haunted, because if I was a ghost, I probably wouldn't want to hang around and just
Yeah.
look at my headstone.
This is what we always say. They're not as active as you think. It's like the one that we go to with the chantry, because it's got the old chantry kind of ruins and the tower still stands, and like there was monks and everything there. So it's kind of past spirits.
Yeah,
But yeah, you'll find, I think overall, people are attracted to cemeteries, but you don't always get that much activity. Because, like I say, why would you hang around your graveside?
yeah. Just sitting and waiting to see who turns up to visit.
Yeah. I'm going to be at your house haunting you. Never mind sat at my grave waiting for you.
Yeah, I'd be, I when my mum passed, the first medium I spoke to, she said, "Your mum thinks it's great because she can travel the world and she doesn't need a passport."
Oh, that's
And I
sweet.
was like, "Oh, I thought she'd be on her holidays."
That's definitely going to be me. No, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Having your cocktails and sitting by a pool somewhere.
I'm surprised she doesn't come and harass you with all the equipment.
I know. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I was talking to someone about this earlier, and I I know when my granddad and my nanny's around, and whenever I have readings or anything at the moment, my nanny passed in November, and she seems to be very prevalent. She was a bit bossy in life anyway, so she kind of like is at the forefront at the moment, and my granddad pops in every now and again. But I was really close to my granddad and my mum,
Mm.
so I think that it's the case that if they came through, I'd get too upset and I wouldn't be able to like continue with the
Yeah,
reading. So I'm not quite at that point now. I've had
ready yet.
one reading where my mum came through and she said that about being on holiday and stuff, but I was like an emotional wreck afterwards, and I was
Yeah,
like an emotional wreck for about a week. So I think she knows that now, and she's a bit like
she's waiting until
hesitant.
you're ready. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's what they do because they don't want to cause us pain. I
no,
think they'd
exactly.
like need us to go on our little journey of grieving.
Yeah.
The same as I believe that they go on their journey of acceptance once they go over there. So we have to like meet when we're ready.
Yeah, no, definitely. See, my mum, she's terminally ill. So we don't
Oh,
know how long she's got. She's good about it, but she's planned her own funeral. That's all booked, and
yeah,
she has insisted that at the funeral, my paranormal equipment is set up on the coffin.
I love that.
So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to set it up because I'm going to be a bit sad, but I'll have to ask
Yeah,
one of my paranormal investigator friends if they'll come along and manage the equipment because she really does want it.
yeah,
You've got to kind of go by the wishes, aren't you? So, yeah.
you
And she
have,
said she
yeah,
can. She's going to set it all off. That'll be
yeah.
interesting.
We struggled with. I said that the only thing we really knew about my mum as wishes was that she wanted to be cremated, because being buried alive, she used to go on and on and on about it because that was like her biggest fear. So I said, at least she like told us that that was one of the wishes that she wanted.
Yeah.
But when it came to things like music and that, we were like, don't
No.
know. We just
Oh.
played. She was a massive Liverpool fan, so she had "You'll Never Walk Alone" when she came in. She had the song that her and my dad played on their first date. They went to a bar or something, and this band were playing, so they had that song. And then she had "You're the Voice," because she's always sing that when she was like, we were laughing because we could literally all picture her on
Yeah.
the sofa with her like glass of wine being like singing along at the top of her voice. She couldn't sing, but she gave it her all. And then the one that she finished with was Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf, because she absolutely loved him. And we thought that was, and you could hear people just laugh because they knew that was my mum's sense of humour.
I absolutely
and it was just such a good way to finish it.
Yeah.
So I think she'd be pretty happy with that send off.
Do you know, at the very end, my mum wants Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead.
I love it. She sounds like she's got an amazing sense of humour.
Yeah, definitely. I know.
I love it. There's so many like strange things, isn't there, that you could have. Have you seen those cards where they like got the like a Ouija board on it and says like contact me, like once you've died you can give them.
Yes, she wants me to do that.
I've already
love it. A photograph of her holding my Ouija board.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That's how
she sounds like yeah, well, you know, I think sometimes if you've got no control over something, you've got to make the most of it.
What you can,
yeah, and you know, you can't control everything in life, so just, you know, make the most of it. And I think that's a really important lesson as well for everyone. I always say to like my stepson, whenever he gets agitated with somebody else, which is quite often, I always say to him, like, you can only control like how you react to that. You can't control that other person. That's their deal. You've got to like just let them get on with it. Because you can only control you.
Exactly. You can only control your own actions and to people and be kind.
Exactly. So do you still live in this haunted house then?
No. So I originally grew up in Burnley. So my mum is a Scouser, but her stepdad got a job in Burnley. So obviously they moved there. She married my dad, had me and my brothers.
Okay.
I then married a Scouser and moved to Liverpool, and my mum followed me. So I've been in Liverpool now since 2009. So quite a long time. I've been over here now. But apparently the old haunted house, because obviously I still have family and friends in Burnley. People move in and last about 2 years and move out.
Wow.
So yeah, I was there.
You'll have to try and go back and like do an investigation there now.
I've said this. I've said I'm gonna have to knock on and go, I used to live here. Is it haunted? Do you want me to investigate?
Can I just come in and set up some cat balls and a REM pod and
Well, it's like about 10 doors down. My grandma and granddad lived there, and they lived there for a long time. And when my granddad finally passed away, a family moved in, and he had these massive conifer trees in the front garden. They grew huge. They were like the height of 3 buildings. And when this family moved in, they cut them down. They had them cut down professionally. And apparently my granddad haunts them now. They can often smell him, and he moves things around, and he tortures them. So,
wow. That's the kind of like ghost I think I'd be. Like if someone...
Yeah. Well, they cut his trees down, so what do they expect?
Well, yeah, that took a long time to grow. I mean, I'm trying to grow some things in the garden, and they're taking bloody ages.
I know. It was like forever. I mean, my dad planted them. My dad's in his 70s, and he planted them when he was a little boy. And then they took them down. So I was like, yeah, no wonder my granddad's haunting you. It's your own fault. So,
yeah. You just don't mess with things like that.
No.
Definitely not. No, I think I'd be a bit like that, actually. I think my in-laws would definitely be like that because they are so like protective of their garden. They love their garden. And I can just imagine if anyone came in and was like, right, we're going to put some decking down, get rid of that greenhouse, do this and that, get rid of that vegetable patch, they'd be, yeah. He would definitely be that like grumpy old man ghost that would like come in and like just tell them off all the time.
I know. I think I'd be a bit of a grumpy ghost. I don't know. I suppose we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Do you think like we'd all be doing like investigations, like, you know how with paranormal investigations, this is how my brain works, I'm going down a weird path here, how we all go around together and do paranormal investigations to investigate the dead? Do you think as dead people we would do investigations on the living?
Yeah, I suspect. Well, I was just going to say, I'm not going to make it easy for paranormal investigators when I'm spirit. It's
I'm not.
You want me to move that, you're going to work for it.
Yeah. I might do the thing like instead of moving something, I might just slap them instead, like give them a tap around the head,
flick them on the nose, whack them, push them over.
yeah.
Yeah,
I might be one of those ones.
To me.
No, I might be one of the ones that like that like want you to give offerings. I'll be like, bring me some snacks.
Well, do you know what I've told my son? When I die, wherever, if I've got like a graveside or a plaque or something, I want him to plant catnip. So all the stray cats in the cemetery come and sit and hang on my my grave. So I can do some sort of
I like that.
So maybe the investigators will have to make a cat as an offering. You know, bring a kitten or a cat for me to pet while I'm a spirit.
Yeah.
And I might do something for them.
An effigy of a cat or something, yeah.
They have to leave me a gift, you know, something cat related, and come out and play.
I might become a haunted doll. I think that would be quite cool.
Yeah, that might be cool. Like, would you be an Annabelle doll or a nice doll?
I'd probably be nice, but I'd probably pretend to be like worse than Annabelle, just for like a laugh.
She's causing a bit of trouble in New Orleans, isn't she?
She is, yeah. She's like literally
setting
the place on fire. But I always think, like, what do you think is going to happen when you let a cat out of a bag like that?
That's true. But have you noticed, though, what she's doing? She's set an old slavery plant on fire, and then 12 convicts have escaped. And have you seen the convicts?
I haven't, no.
So, I don't know what's politically correct, but they're all of colour. So it's kind of like Annabelle is sticking up for people of colour. You know, she's burning down the plantation.
Okay.
Because a plantation, it was just full of slaves. You know, they were beaten, they were tortured, and they were made to work for land, weren't they? Well, a plantation's burnt down, and then 12 inmates have escaped, so...
Maybe she's not as evil as we think, then.
She's sticking up for people.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's like...
It does. I think I saw it on Facebook, I think, and somebody said that. We're like, you know, is she really evil because she's done this and this? And I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's kind of interesting.
Or is it a trick?
Could be. You never know, Annabelle, do you?
Yeah, a trick to make us think that she's all right, and we'll just let her out of that box on a permanent basis.
Well, Lorraine Warren said that she should never be moved, and they've moved her, haven't they? So,
yeah. Which I'm surprised about, because the guy who actually looks after Annabelle and stuff, he's very like. He's related to the Warrens, isn't he?
Yeah, so he married their daughter. He's the son-in-law.
Yeah. Which makes you wonder why he suddenly decided, because I remember seeing the Sam and Colby one when they went to Robert the Doll, Annabelle, and that other one. Can't remember what it was called. And he was so like, don't look at Annabelle, don't like, you can't be left around her.
Ghost Adventurers, he was like, don't.
Yeah, that's the same, yeah. Yeah, it might have been that one, actually, the Ghost Adventures, where they're like...
Baggins and that, weren't it? But yeah, it makes no sense. I think it's because, obviously, the Warrens have passed away, and I think the daughter's passed away, so he's kind of the sole proprietor, as you would say.
I'm just surprised that they took her on tour. It just seems a bit of a silly thing to do, to be fair.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, I know some people don't believe, but come on, things don't happen for nothing, do they, really?
Yeah. We were having a discussion about this at the weekend, and I said that I watched a TikTok where they actually took her out of the thing to clean her, and they were literally like put gloves on, and like the gloves have got holy water doused in them, and there's something else in the tips of the fingers so that they don't. And I think they're made of like copper or something as well, so it's proper like protection. And they literally took her out and then moved her into this other case. And I felt so sick, I had to stop watching the video. Wow. I was like, do you not know what that is? But I'm not even entertaining that. And if a video of Robert the Doll comes on, I will not look him in the eyes. Yeah. I will literally put it to one side and I'll be like, do, 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 do.
I mean, they're just dangerous, aren't they? And I don't think people respect them for what they are. And I think if you're not showing respect, then we're asking for trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. I've got a haunted doll down there. And I love her to bits. I'm so attached to her. The minute I saw her, I was like, she is going to be my 40th birthday present to
I
myself.
really want a haunted doll. I haven't got one yet, but you've got to be really careful where you get them from, haven't you? Because you don't know if they're true. But I really do want one now.
Yeah, I need to work with her more, in all fairness, because when I have, she's meant to be an Italian soul singer from the 60s, and she died in a plane crash on her way to actually promote music. So she's never got to be like famous or anything. And I got her, and we have like the odd conversation. Occasionally things will come through and it'll be like Florence, and I'll be like, is that where you were in Italy? And it will like confirm it with like things going up or whatever. But the other thing she said, and I've got a little notebook where I've documented everything, and she says it'll be like, we are buried here. And now I live on a new build house that was literally completed about a year ago. And I'm like, have I bought a house that's on top of somebody's grave?
You probably have. See, that's what I would say to people. Because they go, oh, my house can't be haunted. It's new. It's like, well, it's not the house, it's the land.
Yeah, exactly. And this used to be all like farmland right near the sea in Northumberland. Bound to have something going on. And the village where we are is very renowned in history for like smugglers and stuff. So there's bound to be something going on.
Your house is definitely some graves.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's definitely something going on. It was said things like, come find us and please help us, we're lost, and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh, I'm not going outside with a shovel.
Start digging holes in your back garden.
I've literally just paid to have my garden done. I am not digging it up.
Yeah, your partner's like, you're going insane.
Yeah. You should have seen me when the gardeners were actually doing the garden. They had to dig like quite low to like put the stuff into layer, like level it out and stuff. And they were like, oh, we found some stuff in your garden. And I was like, oh, I was so excited. I thought there was going to be bones, all sorts. And it was literally tape measures that the builders had left.
Oh, God.
And I was like, don't waste my time.
Tape measures.
Yeah. I was like, please don't waste my time. I was busy working and came downstairs to see what you had found in the ground, thinking it was going to be some amazing like time team thing, and you're showing me a bloody tape measure.
It could have been like, you know, at least it could have been like an expensive coin that you could have sold for thousands or something.
Yeah, that would have been nice. They could have paid for the garden.
Yeah.
That would have been a very welcome treat.
Definitely.
So, what is your next hotspot that you're going to go to?
We're going to, not this week, not this Saturday, next Saturday, we are at Barley Village Hall overnight. So that's booked in. And we've got a couple of other things on the agenda. Just got to get them booked in. But we have got, you know, an exciting thing coming up. Can't say too much at the minute. But I don't know if you've heard of the Paranormal Penny Pinchers.
I have, yes. I don't
know if you've seen them advertising for teams to help with a charity event lately.
I think I have actually, yeah.
So they are going to obviously give more detail out at the weekend, but we are one of the teams that are going to be helping with that. So, obviously, it's all going to come out next week. Can't go into too much detail yet, but that's going to be really exciting.
I'm sure they were actually at Parafest. I'm sure I spoke to them at Parafest this weekend.
They're really cool. I've been to Hallam. They run Hallam, and if you can, I'd definitely go. And they're an amazing team to work with as well. I've worked with them a couple of times now. So yeah, I'm excited to work on this charity event with them. You know, we're going to be raising money for charity, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Investigations and stuff. So that's coming soon. So yeah, it's just a case of trying to get a few locations booked in. So we've got a few collaborations coming up. So some exciting times, and I'm also a scare actor as well. So,
are you? Cool.
Yeah, so that kind of makes it that I need to film all my Halloween specials in September.
Yeah,
so it'll be a bit odd.
It's hard. It's hard. This spooky business, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
it is.
I've already written Halloween's episode. Like,
I haven't even got anything in mind, and I need to pull my finger out because it's going to be here so quickly, and literally all October I'll be scare acting. So it's in an attraction called Farmageddon in Ormskirk. I've done it for a few years now. Absolutely love it.
That is amazing.
We get loads of celebrities through, and it's just really cool, and it's just getting bigger and bigger every year. So
I would love that.
You want to
I'd love to go to them.
I love the scare acting because I'm such a caring, nice person. I've been a care worker for years. I still, even the job I do now, I still help people, vulnerable people. So in October, it's kind of the chance to get all my frustrations out because I'm paid to scare people. People pay to come and get scared, and we scare people that much that they literally wet themselves. We have code browns. People throw up. I've had people faint on me once. I scared a bloke that much he fainted, and me and his girlfriend had to carry him out the maze. People fall over. Do you know what I mean? One year I had a bunch of lads in their early 20s. I told them to get on their knees and worship a fake crow, and they did. Do you know what I mean? So,
that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah.
I really enjoy it. So it's one of those, if you're up this way, tickets go on. And look at me proper selling it, but
I know they should give you commission.
Come by and say hello. But no, it's really fun. So obviously, I think it just shows I love horror. I love all that kind of stuff. So
yeah. I really want a really creepy photo shoot. That's my aim. I want to really go to somewhere like Chillingham Castle and really goth it up and be the vampire. Yeah.
I probably need to share photographs of me in previous years at Farmageddon all dressed up, don't I?
You need to send them, yeah.
So once I start this year, we can't share any photographs until after it finishes because we sign an NDA. But after it finishes, we can share all the old stuff. So yeah, I've got photographs from previous events. I'm going to have to start sharing. Yeah. I think all my followers would be interested in them.
Definitely. That is definitely a talking point. You need to get them out there. I for one, really want to see them.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And Farmageddon, there's lots and lots of scare attractions around the country. And I have to say Farmageddon's the best. All the others copy you see.
Yeah. Well, I've seen ones in America because I think they do it all the time. They've been doing it for years, haven't they?
Well, they make you sign a waiver so they can touch you. We don't touch you, but in America you sign waivers so they can essentially torture you.
Oh no, I'd punch one of them in the face. I've got those kind of reflexes. Sara, who I walked out the toilets at the Air Museum once, and she'd hid behind the wall and jumped out at me. And honestly, I almost twatted her. And she was like, "What were you going to do?" And I was like, "You jumped at me. I was going to hit you."
You'd be funny in Farmageddon. But the thing is, we're trained to look out for that. We never touch you. But we'll kind of get right up in your face, but we'll quickly move as well because we know people hit out in being scared.
Yeah.
The only people we touch. So if you ever come to Farmageddon and you see actors manhandling someone, it's only because the ex-workers, the ex-actors that used to work there. So literally, last year I couldn't do Farm because I had major surgery the month before. I didn't end up going, but if I'd have gone, I'd have been terrorised, I'd have been covered in fake blood, they'd have picked me up, they'd have manhandled me. It's just what we do with the ex-actors that we know.
Yeah,
so, if
that sounds like your fair game.
And you see us have manhandling, you can go, yeah, they used to work here.
I like that.
There's not a doubt if you're an ex-actor, but yeah. So it's fun.
I think that's got to be done.
Oh no, definitely. I'm going to have so many people because I work for Direct Line Motability, and it comes up in conversations, and literally I'm going to have people walking around going, "Sara, Direct Line," or "Sara, Paranormal Captivity." Are you here? Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, I'd definitely. If they had something like that around here, I'd probably be there every day of Halloween. To be fair, I'd be like, the whole of October, I'm busy.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to get tickets and come up.
Yeah, I think my team would actually love something like that. I think they'd be really up for it. Yeah, so what I'd like to do to finish this, and I said to you earlier that it no longer had a name, but when I was coming up with this, I did actually give it a name, and I think you'll like this.
Go
I
on.
called it a creepy cat scan.
A creepy cat scan. I like that one.
So you have to answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Spirit boxes or pendulums?
Spirit boxes.
Yeah. Poltergeists or shadow people?
Poltergeist.
Ghosts of people or ghosts of animals?
Ooh, ghosts of people.
Yeah. I'd quite like a ghost of a dog though, or a cat. I have actually encountered a ghost of a dog. Yeah. We have had a ghost dog where I did go a bit mad and start barking at it to try and get it to engage with us.
That is funny.
There's a video of it somewhere online.
Yeah, we're definitely going to dig that up.
Yep. I think it's in the New Dawn Paranormal Facebook group, to be honest. I think it's in there. Sleep paralysis or deja vu?
Ooh, deja vu.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would want sleep paralysis, to be fair. Haunted dolls, friend or foe?
Friend, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Ouija boards, dangerous or misunderstood?
Definitely misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Cats, you like this one. Spiritual protectors or chaos gremlins?
Oh, I'd love to say chaos gremlins, but I think the spiritual protectors.
Yeah, that is kind of what they're known for, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's scarier, silence or whispers?
Silence, I think. For me.
Especially when you're on an investigation. It's like the calm before the storm, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because
you can always sense.
Ready.
Yeah. You're locked in a haunted house for 24 hours. What 3 items would you be taking with you?
Camera.
Mm-hmm.
Cat balls. Spirit box.
Yeah, that's
I've gone for all the equipment there, haven't I? I haven't said water or food.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 24 hours. You could probably survive without them. Yeah. And they didn't say whether the house has a kitchen, so you never know. There might be some supplies in there.
At least that way, they can catch it on video. They can move the cat balls and they can talk to me through Spirit Box.
Yeah. See, I'd think I'd like the Spirit Box because I could then sense the vibe, what they were telling me. I'd probably take a phone just in case I needed to call somebody to get me the hell out of there. And that includes the camera as well. So I'd probably 2 for 1 there. Yeah. And what else would I take? Probably a torch.
Oh,
but then my phone, your phone's got a torch on anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe so I could technically get 3 things in one. What else would I take? I don't know what else I would take, actually. I'm not a huge fan of equipment, to be fair. I'm more of the old school methods.
Yeah.
So I'd probably maybe take a pendulum.
I do like a pendulum.
Yeah, maybe. Or my dowsing rods, maybe. I don't know.
My arms think about that. Dowsing rods.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, they're definitely get your old bingo wings moving, don't they? So the one profound question that we like to leave our viewers on is, if you could deliver one message from the spirit world to the living, what do you believe it would be?
Oh, that's got me thinking now. What would I say? Oh, I can be quite mischievous, so I think I'd want it to be something mischievous. I'd probably I don't know. Do you know the first thing that comes into my head? It's hot in here. I don't know why.
Would you start singing the song as well?
Yeah. I don't know why. First thing
they'd be like,
in my head,
this is a really weird message.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here.
Or is this you telling us that you're not actually going to go up there, you're going to go down there?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm a natural, although you can see roots, I am a natural redhead. I just have to dye it lighter because I've gone auburn over the years. Yeah, I'm natural redhead, so I'm fiery anyway.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. You'd be like, I didn't go where you think I
I
am.
think down there is probably going to be more fun than up there.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like to test it out, to be fair. I think I'd be quite happy, like, having a nice little cloud to sit on and do whatever.
Maybe it can cause havoc downstairs.
Yeah.
We'll
I'd
see.
probably cause havoc up there, to be honest.
Or maybe the message might be, it's all fake.
There really would be something to think about.
It's all fake over here. Don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Stop trying to talk to us because you're wasting your time.
Yeah. And then people go, oh my God, it's fake, but I'm actually talking to them. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah, how would you work that one out?
Yeah, it just confuse everyone, won't it? So
that's quite good, actually. I like that.
Hmm.
Like, we're not real, but how did you hear me?
That's what I mean. It get investigators going, huh?
Yeah, but how did you? Yeah, I like that. That's a really good answer, actually.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening.
No, it's been a pleasure.
If people want to find you, I'll put your links in the description and everything, but where would they best be able to find you on the internet?
Mainly TikTok and Facebook. I do have a YouTube channel, but for some reason it's dead difficult to find. So you often find a link for that on Facebook. But I'm very, very active on TikTok.
Fab. Well, I will pop all your links in there. Thank you ever so much. And thank you to everyone who's watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we've got loads coming your way. And enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown on Shell's After Dark archives. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story that sends chills down your spine. I'd love to hear about your own paranormal experiences, so drop a comment or send me a message. Your story might even be featured in a future episode. And if you're loving the show, please leave a like and share it with your fellow seekers of the supernatural. For those who want even more exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and bonus episodes, join the membership. You'll find the link in the description below. Your support keeps the lights off and the stories coming. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep exploring the shadows. See you in the archives, after dark.